Roger Goodell has to protect the league, the advertisers, the fans. 50% of NFL fans are women. There's a lot of stuff here that Roger Goodell, I don't think Roger Goodell this morning is happy. But as Paul Tagliabue, Peter King noted this an hour ago, all's well that ends. And it's after today, we'll get back to mostly talking football. And the suspension gets him off the Tom Brady game, gets him off early part of the schedule, gets him off the Bill game with Josh Allen, and his opening game, and gets him out of the facility until October 10th. The Browns have announced this morning, basically it's just Jacoby Brissett's team, is that the first 4 games are very winnable. Cleveland favored in all of them. It's Brissett's team going forward. And, Deshaun Watson's not taken any snaps in the last 2 preseason games. So Deshaun just a while ago spoke to the media and talked about maintaining his innocence.
I mean, it's a tough situation, but at the end of the day, I have to continue to make sure that I'm around as much as possible as I can be, and just continue to put in the work and let, support the guys that's around, support this team. I know these guys are going to do very, very well. We're all professionals. We all here to do a job and to accomplish a goal, and that's win games. I'm moving on with my career and my life, and I'm continuing to stand on my innocence. Just because, settlements and things like that happen doesn't mean that a person is guilty for anything. I feel like the person has the opportunity to stand on his innocence and prove that, and we prove that on the legal side, and we're just going to continue to push forward as an individual and as a person. Like I said before, I can't remember who asked that question earlier, but I know who I am as a person. I know how I was raised. I know how I interact with people, and that's what all I can do is continue to prove that and show people that. And the people that don't know me, whenever they do come in contact with me, they will know that.
All right, nobody has 30 masseuses. That's just not the way it works. It's creepy, it's predatory, it's inappropriate, and there's a reason that the NFL PA and Deshaun Watson agreed to pay a $5 million fine, the most ever for a player, and miss 11 games. There's a reason. I don't think the NFL wanted a lawsuit. I think they believe he should be suspended for 12 games to the year, but the problem with the lawsuit, it keeps it in the news cycle. That's the problem with going really hard and saying, nope, we won't back down. It's going to be a year. A, you can lose a lawsuit, and B, it's in the news cycle. And, I've said this for years. Everybody who's never run a company is an expert on how to do it. Roger Goodell runs the biggest front-facing company in America, where on an average weekend, 50 million to 70 million Americans are watching his product. It's hard. A lot of the times, the biggest issues with Goodell is how to hand out punishment for really bad actions by human beings. It's hard, and they've whiffed a lot. But I do think they've learned from it, and in this instance, I think the NFL clearly, between the $5 million fine, the 11 games, them wanting more, got mostly what they wanted. It's not going to start the season. This is not going to be a playoff team. It's not going to be on TV nationally when they start playing great games. He's off TV. And this is the way sports works. Once the games start, we talk about the games. There's no lawsuit to keep it up there talking about it. Leagues just don't want that. So all's well that ends. And we can argue about it. There's not going to be a lawsuit. They agreed to this stuff. I still contend that Deshaun really wanted 8. The NFL wanted the season, but would deal with 12. And then you just get down to up all night with lawyers litigating and talking, and this is what they end up with. So, listen, in terms of Deshaun saying he's innocent, all right, well, no criminal charges, but it's bizarre, creepy, predatory, inappropriate. And when the Browns decided to give him a guaranteed contract, fully guaranteed, at like $230+ million, that ticked off the league. It ticked off the other owners. Cleveland did not have a lot of support outside of their building, and this is where we are today. They're a fourth-place team to me. The over-under has dropped from 9.5 wins to 8.5. I would bet the under. I think they're a 7-win team, and if Amari Cooper gets hurt, they're a 5-win team. That's where they stand today.